forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit that bell for updates on videos and shenanigans by Smarvy Smart. Now enjoy the video. What is going on, guys? Smarvy Smart. We're back here with another video, and I'm going to review episode 14 of Supergirl. And this episode was mainly about Wynn's past coming back to haunt him again, once again with his father. And actually his mother actually makes an appearance and tries to come back into his life. He actually goes through something with one of his father's henchmen coming back to carry out his father's wishes, and he's basically trying to kill Wynn and his mother. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start the review. Get in on this, guys. So basically, when it comes to the comics, you know, you're always gonna hear sad background stories, especially when these heroes were kids. I mean, and throughout Arrowverse, we always hear these stories. I mean, Barry's mom as a kid, Jax's father as a kid, Kara's planet being destroyed, Oliver's dad getting shot right in front of him at such a young age on the Gambit. So, you know, when it comes to Wynn's story, and I guess you kind of can put this on the actor as well, he acts it out so well that this seems to be the saddest origin story out of anyone in Arrowverse, if you're going to be honest. I mean, I have to say, in my opinion, if it wasn't for the acting, I had to put Barry's mom. That was pretty sad, you know. But it seems like Wynn's origin story just breaks him down to the point where he just loses everything. I mean, he had, like, his dad was such a bad guy where at the funeral, he doesn't even want to say anything on his behalf. And the fact that his mom was threatened that if she came anywhere near Wynn, that she would be killed, it seemed like Wynn wouldn't even justify that at the beginning. But we actually find out later on that one of his dad's henchmen and one of his loyalists actually wants to carry out his plans and wants to continue to try to kill Wynn. But eventually the heroes fend her off. But, you know, I just have to say that this storyline, whenever it comes up, actually could be one of the best storylines Supergirl pretty much comes out with. And not only that, this has to be one of the saddest origin stories in not only Arrowverse, but probably in the comics as well. So we actually find out that Imra actually lied to Mon-El, and that it was no accident that the Legion of Heroes landed in that time period at that exact time, because apparently one of the world killers from 1,000 years from now is supposed to turn into a major world killer in the future, and the Legion of Heroes were actually dropped to prevent that from happening. So one thing I will say is that we keep getting these moments between Mon-El and Kara, and honestly, guys, I've heard rumors, and I wasn't even really surprised. By the end of the season, I'm pretty sure that Kara and Mon-El are going to be back together. This whole little marriage thing with Imra is not really going to last too long. I mean, you can tell. I mean, you can see the way they look at each other, not only in this episode, but ever since he came back from the future. I mean, you can tell that these two not only still like each other, but I'm pretty sure in the next two episodes, these two are going to share a moment that's more than platonic. So it was actually cool to hear that they were actually meant to land there. But ever since this sudden betrayal that Mon-El feels from his wife, I'm pretty sure that they're going to grow farther and farther apart. And the farther they grow apart, the more closer Mon-El and Kara are going to start hitting things off. And eventually Caramel is going to be back together. Not that I'm excited or hurt by that. I mean, I honestly could care less. I'm not saying that I ship them, but I'm just saying that I'm not an idiot, and I can see that this is pretty much what it's going to be. So after Jean and his father invite Alex over for dinner at the new apartment, we find out that his father actually has something like amnesia, where he's beginning to forget his past. So one question I have is that, are the Martians, I mean, I think John is over 200 to 300 years old. So I imagine that his dad is literally probably a millennium old. So my question is, are Martians immortal? Because if they are, it's really going to suck the fact that he has to spend the rest of his immortal life forgetting any and every one. So my question is, if they are immortal, that makes it that much sadder, the fact that he's gonna keep forgetting. I mean, this guy forgot his grandkids. He forgot he even had any. So, you know, it's really sad, the fact that his dad is actually forgetting everything. But if he has to go through that for the rest of his Martian immortal life, then that just makes this that much sadder. You know, we really don't really pay too much to John Jones's background story, but we were just talking about how sad Wynn's story is. Honestly, anytime your planet is destroyed, just like Kara and Superman with Krypton, I mean, you're basically a refugee in a foreign land. I mean, and he finally got his dad back, and now he's feeling like he's losing him. So I have to say that was a really sad moment for me, and it was probably the saddest moment of the season, if you're asking me, besides probably Alex splitting from her girlfriend. So James Olsen pretty much spends the entire episode trying to get in touch with Lena Luthor. And one thing I will say is that it was good to see him fighting again in this episode. And he had his shield, but I don't understand why he didn't wear his entire Guardian suit when him, Kara, Wynn, and Mon-El all went to try to go fend off Wynn's dad's accomplice. So one thing I will say is that this ending kind of had me confused because we never really get a glimpse of seeing Lena Luthor as a villain. But we know she definitely has the capability to, considering that Lex is her brother. So this ending kind of had me shook, the fact that she was at L-Corp with a body on a bed. I mean, you don't know if she's healing that person or if she's doing experiments on them. But with the music and the way she was talking to James, like she was trying to get rid of him, I'm pretty sure that this is done in an evil way. So if we're finally going to get to see Lena Luthor be evil, I think that's going to be good for the show. But 9 times out of 10, I highly doubt that she is turning bad. I think she's doing whatever she's doing for a good cause. But the ending kind of did have me confused. So I think there's probably maybe a 30% chance, if I must add, that she probably is going evil, because that was pretty suspicious. But, I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. It's hard to tell off of just that one ending. So we're just going to have to wait and see, I guess. But guys, I'm not going to talk a hole in your head, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It's been like literally a month and a half since we last saw Supergirl, so it was good to see the show back on the air tonight. I have a pretty exciting and busy week when it comes to reviewing shows. I have The Flash back on tomorrow night. I have Riverdale returning this week. The original season 5, the final season, airs this Wednesday. And also I have Arrow coming on Thursday. And then, of course, if I decide to do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So a pretty busy week, an exciting week, and I can't wait to review all the shows. So guys, be sure you tune in for all of that. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And for more videos on Supergirl, hit that subscribe button. Stay out of trouble, guys.